Do the terminally ill have a so-called right to die?
One woman speaks exclusively to CBS tonight.
And once considered the largest fireworks show in the Midwest, Rhythm and Boom's on the brink of disappearing.
But first tonight at 10, we hear from first responders fighting to keep their voice in Dane County's emergency response system. Tonight, a role reversal. Dozens of first responders calling on the county board to help them.
Their plea revolves around blocking Executive Joe Parisi's proposal to gut first responders from making decisions about the communication part of public safety. Matthew Simon continues his News 3 investigation. Matthew.
Eric, Michelle, tonight Joe Parisi's top staffer continued the clunky bureaucracy charge against the Center Board of Police, Fire, and EMS. Right now, these first responders make decisions about emergency communication, things like budgets, complaints, and most notably the county's 911 system. As many fought to stop this power play, for the first time tonight, a surprise supporter showed up.
I hadn't initially intended to speak.
After remaining radio silent for so long, Sheriff Dave Mahoney became the lone voice among a room packed full of first responders.
And many new problems arise.
Speaking in favor of the county executive's idea to do away with the Public Safety Communications Center Board.
We're not getting to the points that need to be addressed as quickly as we can, and we're not doing it because of the inability of the Center Board to govern and the county board who holds the purse strings.
But nearly 30 others here, including those representing police and fire,
adamantly opposed. We are in strong opposition.
And EMS fought taking away their representative board's ability to make decisions and make them an advisory board.
We'd make recommendations as an advisory board to the 911 center, and they never were implemented because we were simply advisory. The answer was no.
And that's important, as you'll see in this packet here.
Directly taking on Parisi, Center Board President Josh Ripp came armed with an official analysis showing on average Dane County response times were 1 minute and 46 seconds when the system first went online because address data, he says, was missing.
Brought up the question, are we ready to go? Are we ready to go? Are we ready to go? And I was completely reassured that everything is ready to go live. We're ready to go. Based on this, we weren't. Again, bad information that the Center Board was given.
One of the board members questioned the timing of Parisi's proposal since it's also budget time. The executive's office says this has nothing to do with holding first responders' budgets hostage. Late tonight, the county executive's office sent us an email saying additionally, in addition to Sheriff Mahoney, the EMS Association head and UW's police chief also support the proposal. The Center Board's next meeting is tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Joe Parisi has been invited.
All right, something we, of course, will keep our eye on. Thank you, Matthew.
And Joe Parisi's office also taking on the town of Madison over a proposed homeless shelter. Dane County wants to expand an existing shelter on Martin Street. The county claims the town of Madison is blocking the plan and has filed a notice of claim. The county says the town of Madison has put what it calls illegal conditions on the day center, which is stopping that center from expanding. Dane County says if the town does not remove them, it may file a lawsuit against the town.
Madison may say goodbye to a 22-year-old tradition this coming 4th of July.
Organizers of Rhythm and Boom say they need nearly $500,000 by the end of the year to be able to hold the event next year. News 3's Leah Linscheid joins us with what they're saying tonight. Leah.
Eric and Michelle, the nonprofit organization Madison Festivals took over management of Rhythm and Booms this past year. And directors there say they kicked in more than $300,000 over the past 2 years to keep the event running. But now they need some help. 2014's Rhythm and Booms marked a lot of firsts for the event. For the first time, Madison Festivals took over the planning, and for the first time, the fireworks were held over Lake Monona.
The beauty of it is that it was spread out all throughout the lake, so people could watch it from many, many different locations.
Now, in 2015 may come another first. Unless Madison Festivals can raise $400,000 by December, Rhythm and Booms could come to an end.
We did not get the type of funding from either corporations or from the public that we had hoped to get this year.
This is obviously not the kind of news that anybody wants to hear.
City alders say while this year's downtown location opened up the event to viewers across the city, it also meant less traffic on the event grounds.
It made it more difficult for event planners to generate the revenue to pay for the fireworks.
We did have a small crowd, so that is one issue, that we did not have as many beverage sales.
Madison Festivals says location was a factor in fewer dollars raised, along with another first for the event: no financial help from the city.
They had been contributing approximately $100,000.
At the very least, I think this will bring a number of discussions forward of what the next 4th of July will look like in Madison.
Alders say it's too soon to speculate just how much the city can help. And Madison Festivals isn't waiting to find out. The organization is asking the public for its support to help keep the event alive for years to come.
It would be the end of 22 years tradition for a lot of families to celebrate and come together.
Now, like I said, the city pulled all funding for Rhythm and Booms in 2014, and that's a big reason Madison Festival says the event is struggling financially. But following today's news, Mayor Paul Soglin released a statement that said, in part, the city hopes to partner with Madison Festivals for a 2015 event. And of course, as the city continues to go through that budget process this fall, the issue is sure to come up again, Eric and Michelle.
I'm sure will. All right, Leah Linscheid reporting at our news center. Leah, thanks.
In our Campaign 2014 coverage, Scott Walker and Mary Burke addressing the minimum wage issue. Governor Walker made some waves in Friday's debate when his comments raised questions if he supported repealing Wisconsin's minimum wage. He was asked about it today when talking with the editorial board of the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel.
You said you don't believe the minimum wage serves any purpose.
Well, no, I said it's for that standpoint. I said I'm not going to repeal it. It's there. I mean, I think that takes you down a different path than Mario. I think the best thing we should be doing is driving that up.
I disagree with it entirely. It's important that people who are working full-time are able to support themselves without government assistance. That's just sort of common sense.
Burke says she supports raising the wage from $7.25 to $10.10 an hour. She also said today, if elected, she will not raise taxes. She was asked if she would raise taxes on the wealthy, and she responded, quote, "I'm not going to increase taxes on anyone." The election is 3 weeks from tonight.
And voter ID has been reinstituted in Texas. A federal appeals court brought back the law after it was declared unconstitutional in a lower court last week. The appeals court didn't rule on the law itself, but put voter ID back in, saying it's too close to the election now to change the rules.
In Dallas, the family of an Ebola patient says she's in good health.
Nina Pham is a nurse at the hospital where the first patient to die from Ebola in the U.S. was treated. The CDC says 76 people may have been exposed to the virus from Pham. The agency also says it'll send an emergency response team to any U.S. hospital within hours of a confirmed case, and the CDC director says this protocol should have happened there in Dallas.
I wish we had put a team like this on the ground the day the first patient was diagnosed. That might have prevented this infection.
The World Health Organization says by December there could be 5,000 to 10,000 new Ebola cases every week in Africa. To avoid that, the group says there needs to be a greater and faster response. And police in Los Angeles are on the hunt for a man who claimed to have Ebola. Police say a man wearing a surgical mask boarded a Metro bus there, told passengers not to mess with him because he has Ebola. The bus driver let passengers out and took the bus to get quarantined. Authorities say that driver did the right thing, but other drivers would like more training for those situations.
We're not trained for this. You know what I mean? I don't think anybody's trained for this. Even those nurses in Dallas wasn't trained for this. You know what I mean? None of us. So this is new to America right now.
So police are looking for that passenger using the bus surveillance video. He could face charges of making a terrorist threat.
A 29-year-old woman is the new face of an old debate. Brittany Maynard is planning her death in the wake of a lethal form of brain cancer. She spoke exclusively with CBS News on choosing to end her life rather than going through aggressive treatment. And a lot of people have an opinion on it. A poll by the New England Journal of Medicine found 67% of its readers are against it. But Brittany Maynard says the choice is hers and hers alone.
So to the people who would say, well, you're choosing to end your life, that's suicide, you would say, no, it's
cancer is ending my life. I am choosing to end it a little sooner and in a lot less pain and suffering. I'm not ashamed to attach my name to what I think is a right that should belong to all terminally ill Americans. I really do.
Maynard and her husband moved to Oregon, which is just one of 5 states that has the Death with Dignity Act.
A month has passed now since a Madison woman disappeared. Nijay Red was last seen at her apartment on the city's east side. Madison police say the 63-year-old left her shoes and purse behind They're concerned foul play could be involved.
Did somebody do something, or is it something that she did on her own? So we're still at that stage, but we seem to be leaning towards the, did somebody do something, because we're not coming up with locating her on her own.
Police and Red's family have done multiple searches in the last month. Police are considering bringing in the FBI for assistance.
And an apparent miscommunication led to a frantic search for a 7-year-old girl in Sheboygan last night. Liliana Badke was last seen after school yesterday, and then she turned up for school this morning. In the meantime, more than 150 volunteers combed the area for her. Turns out she spent the night at a friend's house, and the two families never talked to each other about it.
Communication
is key, yeah.
Still to come, the rain didn't stop dedicated golfers. We'll hear from the winners, both local teams at the State Girls Golf Championship. That's later in sports.
And later, we're on your side with a dire warning over Social Security. That's coming up in about 10 minutes.
And in weather, expect scattered showers through the overnight hours, with temperatures dropping down to around 45 degrees by early tomorrow morning. During the day tomorrow, look for cloudy skies and breezy conditions with scattered showers, our high reaching 57. I'll have a full forecast coming up in a few minutes.
You're watching Eric Franke and Michelle Lee. Meteorologist Gary Canalti. And Jay Wilson with sports. This is News 3 at 10.
Oh my God. I need those earrings in my life.
Wouldn't that tickle you, though?
Let's see.
Which earrings?
The ones I posted in the chat box.
Ooh, okay, let me look. Oh.
Oh, those are weird.
Aren't they awesome?
It looks like you would be stabbed at random times by them.
Are they real?
Oh,
I can't get mine to pull up.
Yes,
You're
they are.
such a happiness destroyer.
They're
Where
real,
did you get those?
real bat bones?
Huh? Yeah, they're real. They're so cool. I love them. Made from short-nosed fruit bat wings.
So where do they find the bones, though?
Bats?
Bats. Dude, like this website,
In the bottom of caves.
like I'm going through it now. They have like extracted like fangs from venomous snakes. They have like little rodent skulls on earrings. They have, what do they have? Rattlesnake tail earrings. Vertebrae bone hoops. Ha ha ha.
Oh man, she's got that evil smile going.
I know. But wait, do they use the bones that are already dead animals?
Yes,
They don't like
the animals they don't go out and kill the animals. They use bones of animals that are already dead.
Okay, so it's not as dark as I thought it would be.
No, it's not. Really? Really? I'm the vegetarian of the bunch. Come on now.
I have to say it.
Oh,
I'm that guy.
They match my hair.
How do you know it's sanitary? How do you know it's sanitary?
It's probably boiled and bleached and sterilized.
Real animal bones do not look like that. They're not that nice and clean and white.
Oh, yeah. Boiled, bleached, sterilized, bleached, boiled again.
They're run through a chemical bleaching process, like a chemical.
That too.
Oh, Nick, I've seen those before.
They used to have a tentacle, but they don't have a tentacle anymore.
See, I have one of those. I have an octopus one, but it gets tangled up in my glasses, so I can't wear it.
Oh, darn.
Yeah. And like the bat wings and stuff, like I can take my plugs out.
Raining around here the last.
Yeah, over 2 inches here in Madison, but the good news is there is an end in sight, and the showers are also becoming less numerous. We had one batch of showers that moved through this afternoon into this evening. Those actually drifted back toward the southwest. Now another little batch of showers coming in from the east. these are all rotating around an area of low pressure down to our south. But as we widen the radar perspective, you can see the showers that we had earlier this evening, they're pretty much dying out across western Illinois and eastern Iowa. So the air is becoming a little more stable here, a little I don't want to say drier, but at least the showers are falling apart. So that's good news, at least as far as keeping the rain chances more minimal than we've seen in the last couple of days. 63, the high temperature today, but that was early this morning. We had a brief shot of warm air, and then temperatures have been as low as 51. In fact, that's where we're at now, so that's our low for the day. Skies are cloudy. The rain, at least for the time being, has stopped in Madison. We have a northerly breeze at 16 miles per hour. Out in the Atlantic Ocean, north of Puerto Rico, we have Hurricane Gonzalo, and this is actually a fairly strong storm, now a Category 3 hurricane, top winds of 125 miles per hour with gusts to 155 miles per hour, but the forecast from the National Hurricane Center makes it a Category 4 hurricane briefly, and this is by 7 p.m. tomorrow, but then takes Gonzalo and moves it toward the north and eventually north-northeast. There's Bermuda. That could be in the path of the storm, but eventually it'll move out into the Atlantic Ocean and not affect the United States. Now, across the Midwest, you can see this is just over the last 24 or 48 hours, over 2 inches of rain here in Madison, over 2 inches in Dubuque and Iowa City, Waterloo, Iowa as well. But spread out over a 2-day period, it really hasn't been that bad. And you can see how the showers are now starting to diminish in intensity. The clearing is actually not that far out to the west. Most of western Iowa, much of Minnesota, and even northwestern Wisconsin is cleared out. But this storm is going to be a slow mover. It's located over northwestern Illinois. It's gradually going to weaken as it pulls off to the north and east. Temperatures where the skies have cleared are actually around freezing up in northern Minnesota, but the cloud cover keeping our temperatures up here at least for a while. But it'll also keep the daytime high temperatures down for tomorrow as well. 45 for the overnight low temperature with another batch of scattered showers moving through. Tomorrow, cloudy, breezy, some scattered showers, high temperature at 57. But as you look at super resolution future track, the rain isn't going to be as widespread. There'll still be plenty of clouds. Notice that clearing just out to our north and west, but that won't reach us until sometime during the day on Thursday. You can see how the showers become more widely scattered. By Thursday, it will be cloudy for much of the day east of Madison, then some sunshine late in the day, high 62 in Beaver Dam, 62 in Monona, and then south and west of Madison, the sunshine will appear a little bit earlier, 61 for the High and Richland Center, also 61 for Dodgeville. 7-day forecast, temperatures around 60 on Friday and then back in the 50s for the weekend. A slight chance for a shower Sunday night and Monday. Otherwise, relatively quiet weather through much of next week. Tonight's backyard weather photo comes from Virgil and Dolores Crook of Janesville. You may recognize that name, one of our former weather spotters down in Janesville. Very nice backyard there, and their high temperature of 59 tomorrow. Still a few scattered showers in the Janesville area. Send us your backyard pictures to backyard@channel3000.com.
Looks nice and dry. In the
Yeah, that looked like summertime. That reminds me of summer. Now in the rearview mirror. Right. Gary, thanks.
Okay, coming up in Madison, man saved from a scam.
We're on your side next, along with details about a recall from Chrysler. All ahead next on News 3 at 10.
It was a lousy day to play golf, unless you won a state championship. We'll hear from the winners at University Ridge in sports.
News 3 weather is brought to you by
McDonald's.
Mad City Sales for the people.
Super sale for the people. Cheers.
I should say I'm not dissing McDonald's. I was talking about the burgers.
Well, you won't diss them, but I will.
I actually enjoy McDonald's, and you can't diss McDonald's because Gary used to.
Yes, stop.
Because we're live on YouTube.
I just said you can't diss McDonald's.
They can diss whatever they want, girl.
Thank you. But we're on YouTube.
Gary gave me the look like this.
They can diss McDonald's for sure.
And then.
Thank you, Eric.
There's a post on Facebook.
No, is it bad?
Try our new wonderful chicken nuggets or something. And every post is about how bad it is. And everybody responds like how bad it is for you.
But when the McRib comes back, my mom
I love the McRib.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I don't care what it's made out of. It tastes
Injection molded meat with barbecue sauce. Yummy.
Originally, when I'm in a major extra pickles drive to get an 89-cent cheeseburger.
Yeah, mustard.
Or for me and my kids.
My question is, on there that's good for you is the mustard and ketchup.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's up there for you. Everything else is chemical treated and injection molded. I watched them make burgers. They make them on a simulator. They go like this.
Real food.
There you go.
Like how they make Hershey's Kisses. like that.
Well, what did you think it looked like when they made Hershey's Kisses? I mean,
Well, that's how they make the little chocolate. It's not how I expected them to make burgers, but then again, it's on the assembly line. So gross.
Did McDonald's ever have real food from the time that they open, or?
No.
Always been processed meat products.
It's all delivered by semi via frozen truck, and then frozen until needed. Fries,
Do you like hot
nuggets, hot dogs, McDurgs.
Do you like hot dogs?
Wait, what kind? The
Any hot
mystery meat,
dogs.
the mystery meat one, or the beef hot dog? There's a difference.
Or sausage?
Turkey's
Do
good.
you like any sausage?
Why hating on cheese?
I eat
Because it's all extruded. It's all nasty when it's made. It's just a rule.
Yeah, well, cheese is cheese, but when you make mass-produced, burgers through an injection nozzle, it just seems wrong.
Less than 30.
In less than 30.
Yeah, get ready. Are you ready? You want to play like that, don't you? Oh, why you play like that? Oh, why you play like that?
A grim outlook for 20 and 30-somethings when it comes to Social Security.
Now, we've heard this before. A new report estimates the Social Security Trust Fund will run out in 2033, much sooner than the previous estimate of 2042. Benefits will still be paid, but folks will get 23% less.
Baby boom are going to begin retire at really quick pace coming up over the next 5 years, and the number of people working is going to go down. When you add those two things together, you have a crisis.
So financial planners recommend contributing to your company's retirement plan up to what it matches, since that is free money, the match. Start saving immediately and consider starting an IRA, even if you can only put away about $10 a month.
We're on your side now as the investigation continues into General Motors. 27 deaths are now tied to its faulty ignition switch. That's according to the program set up to compensate victims. Another 25 people are eligible for money because of serious injuries. GM has recalled 2.6 million vehicles related to this very issue. Fiat Chrysler recalled 184,000 SUVs for an airbag problem. 2014 Dodge Durango and Jeep Grand Cherokees are affected. A potential short circuit could stop airbags from deploying.
A Madison man almost scammed out of $550. The 65-year-old thought he was talking to Charter after he Googled their number. But the man on the other end of the line convinced the victim to give him remote access to his computer and gave the man his credit card number. The victim's family stepped in, called police, found that phone number was associated with other scams. Dropbox denies claims that millions of its customers' usernames and passwords were stolen. Dropbox is a website that allows users to share large files easily. Dropbox says information was stolen from unrelated services, not from them. It advises customers to create stronger passwords and not reuse them. Well, the key to a long marriage just might be a cheap wedding.
Economic professors at Emory University found couples who spent more than $20,000 on a wedding get divorced 1.5 times more than couples who spent $5,000 to $10,000. Also, the study found less expensive engagement rings is correlated with lower divorce rates. So I can believe that, actually, if you're just in it for the material things and not for the big picture.
Plus, you're broke the day,
You're broke.
the day you go home.
You're fighting about money
From the wedding.
day one, yeah.
Money problem from the beginning. Well, it wasn't exactly a great day to play golf, but some local golfers stuck with it, and they came up big, winning state championships. Jay will have all the highlights of the story coming up in sports.
Yes, cavities.
Okay, that was random.
Cavities.
Yeah, they totally cause cavities.
For all of
Yes,
you
cavities.
YouTubers out there that have no idea what we're talking about.
Cavities are
Yes, vapor cigs and e-cigs cause cavities. Like
McRibs
hardcore
cause cavities?
No, McRibs cause clogged arteries.
Yeah.
Are you guys?
Cardboard and stomach.
Weird.
You know what?
Are you guys still talking about McRibs?
I went to a Denny's.
McRibs
and
this whole.
We are now.
I saw what I didn't buy it because it looked hideous, but it's called the deep fried mozzarella sandwich. 4 deep-fried mozzarella sticks doused in cheese between 2 slices of bread. It looked like 4 clogged arteries surrounding
Sounds
fat.
delicious.
It sounds delicious as, all creation, but looking at it just looked horrific.
Oh no, it
Like,
sounds
I could-
delicious because it's something I would never be able to eat.
Because I felt like a light
Part of my
contact
diet.
coming on it as I looked at it.
Okay, when you're of legal drinking age, you need to go to a pub and grill because about everything they have there is more appalling.
Really, you want to start that long-standing joke again, Nick? Really? Really?
Quick question: do any of you guys
It's not a joke.
I'm 23.
What'd you say?
Dork.
Do any of you guys like chicken McNuggets?
I like them, but I don't trust them.
Yeah, that's a great answer. I like them too, but I do not trust them.
With sauce.
Yeah.
And they're made
What
out
are
of
they
like,
made out of?
Taco Bell hot sauce on 'em.
it looks like vanilla.
Leftover chicken, cartilage, arteries.
Is it made out of pink slime?
Yeah.
What are, no,
A little
they-
bit of pink slime.
Is it
and then
extruded?
breaded and deep fried, and then it looks so delicious.
Oh, I want to eat healthy tonight.
I love chicken McNuggets. I don't know what they are.
They're
Yeah. I don't know what they are.
I don't know what
You
they
don't
are.
know
but
what 99%
I
of
know
your
what they
food
are.
is. I guarantee it.
I love it, but I don't know what it's about.
I'm eating it, but I don't know what I'm eating. That's priceless.
You might as well just eat a cow hoof.
I
Real
love
food.
in the story. Period. It's delicious.
Michelle, what is the sports rundown?
Oh,
Yeah.
We're doing a lot of state sports, so I think you can keep it all in except for Giants, which is 1, 2,
Giants?
3, the 4th.
Okay.
Just the Giants. That's it.
All right.
I got golf. I got scores. I got Giants. I got game of the week. I got soccer and Capitals and Bucks, and we own all that except for the Giants. So
Hooray.
Giants, the 4th one in. We had state golf today.
Ooh.
It was rainy though. Can we talk about chicken McNuggets after this newscast?
Sure.
McRibs.
It's not ideal to play golf when it's rainy and windy in the mid-50s, but it sure was worth it for the Verona and Edgewood girls teams and Middleton's Lauren Skiba at the State Girls Golf Meet today. Eric Riley reports on the final round and talks with the winners at University Ridge.
Well, with the weather, it wasn't a great day for golf. That is, unless you're one of our local kids who seem to take home all of the hardware today at University Ridge, starting with Lauren Skiba, the Division I individual champ.
It means a lot because I struggled this year and I knew that it all tied in together, which made me feel great.
Two-time defending champ Jessica Reinecke didn't take home the individual crown this year, but she left a champion because Verona took home the team title.
Definitely more exciting having my team all here. You know, we worked together really hard all season, so it's really great for us.
And in Division II, it was business as usual for Madison Edgewood, who won their 4th team crown in a row, led by the individual champion in Division II, Tess Hackworthy.
It's a great confidence booster for my game and for my team, and every year was a learning experience. We got to experience lots of different conditions, like today, for sure, but I'm definitely honored to be a part of a team that has won 4 straight state championships.
Next year figures to be more of the same, as Reinecke and Skiba are both just juniors, and Edgewood, well, they're Edgewood. Hopefully they get better weather in 2015. For now, reporting from University Ridge, Eric Ryla, News 3 Sports.
Thanks a lot, Eric. So, again, it's a big day for the locals. Verona and Edgewood win team titles. That's Edgewood's 13th title in the last 14 years. Skiba and Hackworthy win individual championships. Milton finished 5th in Division I as Cheyenne Knutson tied for 6th overall with Verona's Bailey Smith. Baseball, Game 3 of the National League Championship Series goes to the San Francisco Giants in a walk-off win against St. Louis. Gregor Blanco's bunt fielded by Randy Chode, who throws it down the right field line. Brandon Crawford scores the game winner, 5-4 Giants in 10 innings. San Francisco leads the series 2-1. ALCS Game 3, the Royals have just defeated the Orioles 2-1, so Kansas City leads that one 3-0. Our Fred Mania High School football game of the week will determine the champion in the Big 8 Conference. Middleton can win it outright. Craig can get a share of the title. That's the matchup Friday night live at 7 on TVW, Channel 14, and online on channel3000.com. The United States men's national soccer team has an international friendly with Honduras in Boca Raton, Florida tonight. No surprise who gets the first USA goal. It's Josie Altidore, who grew up in Boca Raton. Does it pretty much all by himself, but The U.S. and Honduras play to a 1-1 draw. The Madison Capitals have their USHL home opener Saturday night at the Coliseum, and apparently they're getting close to getting more big-time investors. Andy Baggett of the Wisconsin State Journal reports Minnesota Wild owner Craig Leopold, who's from Racine, and Ryan Suter's Wild teammate Zach Parise, both finalizing deals to invest in the Capitals. NBA preseason, the Milwaukee Bucks at Cleveland. LeBron James doesn't play, creaky back, so why chance it in the preseason? Cavs still have their other new addition, Kevin Love, who scores 25 to lead the Cleveland team to the win. Final score, Cavs 106, Bucks 100. How about that? You go to your first Cavs preseason game, pay the full ticket, LeBron sits.
That is rough. And he's lean this year. He's not eating any
Pretty good.
sugar, and he's still doing the McDonald's commercial stuff.
Wow.
So he's not eating any sugar or salt.
He must eat at McDonald's.
He eats something. Gee, thanks.
All right.
We'll be right back.
Toyota
Screw you, control room. Screw you.
Well, screw you too.
It was giving me extreme difficulty the entire time.
And it's like, if you're not eating,
It's got to be
Oh,
vegetables.
you make it
Yeah,
sound
or
like
you
it's a
eat, like-
big problem in your life.
It is.
you could eat chicken
But there's
tenderloin.
salt in meat.
Not added. Maybe we should added salt.
Well, like I did a,
But man, that's not a statement. There's a lot of food that you don't add salt.
but I did a.
Spoiler
I
alert, if
ordered
you're
a-
eating boneless anything, they've had to pick it apart and put it back together.
Every day I had
It was
egg white,
forced
oatmeal
pressed
pancake.
through a water
Fries are
machine,
awesome.
force the bones out, and that's how they make boneless chicken breasts.
That's how all processed meat is made.
Don't you love industrial food?
Couldn't you-
Yeah, I know. I mean,
Really limited.
you can really
That's
eat
like
processing
cheese, that's
your
like the
own
Atkins diet.
like
So you'd be like cheese, eggs, meats.
See, the problem is I can't
Instead of
afford
using
like
salt.
real food,
So-
so I have to buy
Sodium in just about
industrial.
every piece
Yeah,
of meat.
maybe he means added.
You must mean added, but
There's
that's
no
not
way.
saying much because how many times do you add salt to your food a lot?
I do though. Yeah.
I could
Green
live
spoon isn't just plain
Salt.
I don't use salt on anything.
That's great.
You know, after I
Yeah,
took
unfortunately,
salt
I eat
on-
tons of
Delicious
sugar.
American
after I
salt.
put salt on the
I'm gonna
darkness,
have to close my ears.
That's great.
Wait, there's a political commercial.
I helped.
Howard's
Mark
Ooh,
Lean.
go Jangles.
My name is Howard, and I like McChicken nuggets.
You know,
I'm
it's like
talking about people who like chicken nuggets.
right now.
Yes,
Here
we,
we are,
we
farmers
need
of
we
chicken
need to
nuggets.
start a petition for both of those to expand nationwide.
It's going up. I've seen it.
It kind of looks like
You know where the
Ed
Myrtle
Begley
Bank-
Jr.
Myrtle West Town Mall? You're
Got
probably
too
not
many
familiar with West
conversations
Town.
going on here. Hold on.
Right across from like
I played Charles Schwab in the commercial.
they're building a Chick-fil-A there.
They are building a Chick-fil-A?
Hey, didn't they just recall a bunch of those?
Recall a bunch of what?
A bunch of those Grand Cherokees.
Yeah, that's why we're on sale.
You really don't think there's a big difference between
Buy it and get immediately.
Chick-fil-A chicken and other chicken
They
sandwiches?
taste
So when
a lot
that
like,
happens, do I just drive around the corner and have them fix the
you also
recall?
had like White Castle. You ever go to White Castle? Oh yeah. You know their little tiny chicken sliders.
I'm sure once they have in stock, we have to retrofit, and that's why we have to
Crazy.
because they're damaged
Go
goods
ahead.
Ah, that's a bummer.
Gary's back up.
or
Check the forecast.
factory
So, chance for showers
refurbished.
tomorrow, temperatures will be in the upper 50s, but once we start getting some sunshine in there after the fog clears out Thursday morning, we should be back in the lower 60s for Thursday, around 60 for Friday. Weekend, a little bit cooler, highs mid to upper 50s. Should be dry for both Saturday and Sunday, although there's a slight chance for a shower Sunday night.
And I'm blanking. Badgers this weekend?
Nothing.
Nothing. They have the weekend off. We don't have to worry about it.
Hockey, big women's hockey.
All right, that's indoors. Don't have to worry about the rain. Have a good night, folks. Thanks for joining us.
What the hell? It wouldn't let me mute you. It wouldn't let me mute the desk.
I think you needed to F5.
No.
Well, then that would mean handing off control to another individual.
It would. We can't have that.
Oh, they can.
Oh, no, I'm evil.
Do nefarious things.
Similarities.
Oh, yes.
It's a crispy chicken
Yeah.
sandwich.
Well, now there is, but I mean, this is
Um,
back when
But why
What the-
Chick-fil-A to people?
Nick, how many times did you press the mute button on Michelle? Did you just
I know. Well,
did you press it a lot?
What? See, it's all catching up. It's catching up now.
Oh, bottleneck. That's fun.
I don't like McDonald's chicken as much.
Oh boy. So now we're in this full-on debate.
Now
Can you
look
guys
what's
hear me?
happening.
Am I muted?
Yep.
McRib, discuss.
Yeah.
My thing is like really delayed. Let me hop
we
on
hear
for a
you.
second.
Yeah, it's fun debating industrial food.
Didn't Burger King try to copy and make their own McRib?
Well, I probably
Did
could.
you?
Just
What?
I don't have the McRib molds readily available to my
Boneless
disposal.
meat has been reconstituted.
See, and I don't have enough meat to reconstitute. I have meat. I have meat that I got at the butcher shop, and I'd rather not reconstitute that. It's my political belief. Don't hate me.
Might want to go see the doctor for that.
How's it going?
We are still
I'm
on
Anthony.
YouTube.
I don't have any reconstituted meat hair.
Sorry, Michelle, do you hear them being bad while we're still broadcasting?
No, Stacy and Nick just have dirty minds. And I knew I should have shut my mouth as I kept talking, but did Anthony keep talking? You betcha.
I missed it.
Big
I'm gonna
mouth?
have to come back. I'm gonna have to come
bet.
back and watch it.
Watch it on YouTube.
That's how I check up. That's how I check up on you guys to see if you guys are good during the newscast. I
Oh my
rewatch
God.
all of these. I do. I really do. And it's usually Nick or
put that
Anthony,
in
and I'm
your
like,
personal
ah!
Oh, come on now.
Stop it.
You can trust a guy with brown hair.
Hey, Nick, are you not inviting Corey? What's going on?
Yeah. I put it in the chat. I put it in the Facebook chat like I always do. If he jumped out of it, I didn't see it.
Well, you're partners, and you can my God. Like double lunges and balls, and then you switch before you can go on to the next.
Oh, God.
Nick!
What?
I'm gonna drive all the way to Dallas to take your swag back.
Why? Why? What did I do?
Because you gotta invite Corey. You gotta invite Corey.
Also,
usually in the text chat, and he usually sees the link. If he's not in the text chat.
He wrote me and he goes, "No hangout?" Question mark.
Oh,
Michelle, you're
Good.
amazing.
We've had a Facebook chat. We've had a group Facebook chat
You
going on
like
for
him?
a month.
Yes. Are they
That's
new?
usually where I put the link.
Are you being good, Nick? Is she
Okay,
gonna have
look,
to-
can you see
It
these?
has nothing to do with him not seeing it.
This is a really hot beauty tip right now. Just kidding. Wait, can this?
And they're different.
Really big eyelashes.
Ah.
Does that say Dollar
These
General?
are.
Things
No.
I can't wear.
Well, hey, I wish these were Dollar General. These are like $14.
They look fancy.
But they're fancy. But you can get them cheaper. And I also have a media discount. So if you want just me to send you one, I will. But these,
They're fantastic. I really like those.
if you go to House of Lashes, you'll see a whole bunch. And like a lot of celebrities use these.
Are those like the mink ones? They have like. rat
No,
hair?
those are too expensive for me. These are like, I don't know what they are, but they're really durable, so you can get a lot of wears out of them. So what people do is like because these are so expensive, I try to wear them. This is gonna sound really gross to some of you guys. I try to wear them like for 2 weeks because I clean them every night. And I take care.
Listerine.
No, I just take them off every night and I put a little eye makeup remover on them. And
Use coconut oil.
oh yeah, I could. I've got coconut oil, but I'm afraid to put too much stuff on. Like I really don't put a lot of stuff on it because the slightest stuff gets them.
Put a little bit of coconut oil in the tissue and then rub them in the tissue because coconut oil is antibacterial, antifungal, and it's a sanitizer.
Are you
And
sure
if
that
they're
it's not gonna misshape my eyelashes?
I'm sure. That's why you kind of do it in a little tissue and take a baby toothbrush and kind of brush them back out.
Okay.
That's a super trick.
Oh, cool! Yes.
News you can use.
I know news you can use, like real news you can use. Yeah. So if I wear them like for 2 weeks straight, then I've only paid $1 a day to wear them, and I feel like that is a good.
Yeah. No, they look really good. I like those.
Thanks. House of Lashes. Wait, House of Lash? House of Lashes. Let me look.
House of Lash.
No, I get my makeup paid for to a certain point. And so when I turned in my receipt for House of Lashes, my manager was like, so like, what is House of Lashes? And I was like, just like what it says. It's like eyelashes. Oh, they thought it was like some weird kinky like. I was like, it's just eyelashes.
Like, wet wizard, yeah.
Like,
expense.
well, I mean, to each his own. To each his own. I don't shop at like any. Yeah, I don't. To each his own. I do not shop at any place like that. But also, I'm kind of like, what? Like, it's just House of Lashes, eyelashes. Google it.
Yeah. Well, that was the first thing he jumped to, and well,
I know.
Yeah. No comment.
No comment. So anyway, here's how I found it. My executive producer loves lashes, or my former executive producer loves lashes, and so she's on Instagram, and she started following Instagram's House of Lashes Instagram account, which is really cool. And then I was like, you know what? I always like Eva Longoria's lashes, and then I Googled it. And she uses these lashes. These are called Nora Fairies, and so I wear the same kind of lashes she wears.
Oh, their boxes look like cupcakes.
Huh?
Their boxes look like cupcakes.
Yeah, they do look like cupcakes. So, anyway, if you decide that you want a pair, and I can order them for you. I get 30% off, just FYI. Cool. I love them.
These.
Which ones?
Hold on, I'll.
Okay. I don't know how to. Here's the thing I can't do though. I don't know how to do like the lower lashes. I tried it once and I felt like I was like this.
The single ones are tough. Do you use a liquid glue or like the cream glue?
I use the liquid glue, but I've never tried the cream glue.
The clear liquid or like the
black
stuff that actually looks like glue?
The stuff that actually looks like glue. Is that bad for me?
No. But for individual lashes, you have to get a vial of like clear glue, and it smells like paint thinner. And there's a trick to it. Like you have to because I use individual lashes, and I get them. But you have to like dip it in there, and you know how you have to wait for your top ones to become tacky before you put them on. Like you legit have to wait for these to become almost completely dry. And then you have to like get really precise with it, or else they kind of turn wonky.
I can't do that.
It takes a little bit of practice.
Yeah. Well, I did individuals for my wedding, but someone put them on me, and then I was like, oh, I'll do individuals for work. But I was getting like eyelashes that were like one would be like this, one would be like that. Like one would be straight, one would be like.
Practice, and if you're sensitive at all to any kind of smells, like your eyes water really bad the first few times you wear them because it's such an abrasive paint thinner smell.
Yeah, I just use like the stuff that looks like Elmer's glue. It's like Duo.
Yeah. No, I know what you're talking about.
We could have a whole hangout on eyelashes because I have searched like the end of YouTube for like all of the like eyelash applications and stuff. They're almost all the best ones are like Asian women too. I don't know why. There's like Michelle, what's her name? Michelle Phan. Yeah, and then there's like Jackie something. She's like a kid. I mean, she's not a kid, but when I first saw her, she was like in college, and I was like taking beauty tips from her because I liked her lashes. Jackie's, what is her name? It's been too long. Jackie Chu, maybe?
Probably look up some drag queens.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's where I got a lot of my best makeup tips from.
Seriously, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what is funny though? My sister, because she's Korean, didn't really, and Korean people are a little, I don't want to like generalize, but in general, they're like a little homophobic. They like don't think that they don't think gay people exist in some cases. I mean, so they're getting better. There was actually I just shared.
Yeah, gay people aren't real. They never happened.
They're like, well, they
all exist, and he's fabulous.
The original thought was that like that it was a Western kind of disease, for lack of a better word. It's very like ooh.
So
but here's
we'll get you with our gayness.
I know. Don't be infected by the Western gayness. I know. But that's
the
horrible.
evil Western homosexuality will envelop the world.
Well, listen though, this is
Be
a news thing. This is a news thing. The Seoul is the biggest, and the capital city of Korea. The Seoul mayor wants South Korea to legalize same-sex marriage.
I saw that.
And he openly admits and supports same-sex marriage, and it is very controversial, like super controversial.
Yeah, I've been keeping that. I saw that the other day, like on CNN or something.
Yeah, and people don't understand, but that's just Korean people have always been, they're kind of just a homogenous society. It's like they all kind of, this is again generalizing, like the same brands, like the same games, like the same music, and that's why like if you ever do like online gaming or something, if you ever had like a Korean Zerg like come attack you or something or like the people who have died in Korea because they play games for like 60 hours straight, stuff like that. Anyway, they're just very intense.
Yeah.
But I was getting to a point here.
No, seriously.
Drag queens.
About drag queens. It was about drag queens. My sister, she's never had any exposure to gay people, or like openly gay people, and so she just moved to Wisconsin, in June. So we went to a gay pride festival, but before we did, I made her watch YouTube videos of drag queens. And and she was like, she was so funny that she was like, I don't understand. And I was like, that's a man. That is an atomic man. Dressing up.
Man?
I was like, atomically
correct.
It's an atomic man.
Atomic man dons his red dress of power.
Powered by atomic power?
Oh my god.
Maybe that's why she was confused.
I know. I'm teaching
atoms
her.
Have gotten
I would be
into her
confused.
brain.
You know what I mean. Anyway, I'm just saying it was a very hard conversation to have. Like I was just like, well, here's the deal. So, and then later we went to the Gay Pride Festival, and she was like, oh, cool. Like she had a really good time. So.
Gay Pride festivals, like you can't not have fun at a Gay Pride festival.
I know.
It's impossible.
But it doesn't seem real to her. Like we have a friend who is gay and who is in a marriage, and his husband was not there. Like we haven't met his husband yet because his husband they're like trying to relocate to Wisconsin, so one of them is here, one of them is not. Anyway, so I was like, Matthew's husband is coming to Wisconsin in a little bit, and she was like, his what? I was like, his husband. And she was like, what? I don't understand.
North Carolina.
I know. Were you surprised? Is that surprising? Is someone gonna fight it like they try to do? And
no, actually, the North Carolina Capitol Hill people are actually like striking down anyone who tries to fight it. So, like, we're doing good over here.
I'm not trying to be mean. I was a little surprised.
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
I think we all were.
Well, yeah, because I figured like Missouri would allow it first.
It just seems like the more conservative states aren't gonna.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're talking about a place that won't sell liquor on Sunday.
People were shocked when we passed Prop 8 in 2008. Everyone was like, California really banned gay marriage?
You go look.
Then Prop 19 came up, and they're like, really? They don't want legal weed? What's wrong with California? They're acting very conservative.
That one next.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're
If you
weird.
go look at like the WECT Facebook page, like there are so many people that are just like, man, being complete dicks about everything. So.
Well, that I'm not surprised about that. I guess. I mean,
Nor am
at
I.
least like in Wisconsin, people really there wasn't really like a big. At least in Madison, what do you think? I didn't think there was a big fight in Madison. You know, people were like, "Oh, cool, awesome." Like no one was like, "They're going to hell." I mean, that's the kind of stuff that I would imagine.
Madison.
That would happen in Kansas,
never in Madison.
like Westboro would be on the scene in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, Westboro's always visiting Sacramento for some reason or another. We're popular.
Yeah, Westboro. I lived in Lawrence, so Westboro came to KU quite often. In fact, one of my friends was in a drag queen show and on campus, and they protested it. That was like 1998.
And they're really creepy.
I don't like them. They're mean.
You remember, like Fred Phelps' son, his estranged son, came out and said, not came out, like came out against him basically, and said a bunch of bad things about him.
Didn't his daughters also do the same thing?
One of them did.
Yeah.
Have you seen the documentary that those 2 Australian guys made where they kind of like lived with him for 2 weeks? That is hilarious.
What is it? Is it on Netflix?
Yeah, it's you can find it on Netflix. It's
What's it
amazing.
called?
Like, these 2 Australian reporters like lived with the Phelps family for like 2 weeks, and they just kind of followed him around, and they were asking him all these questions, and oh man, like I was laughing the whole time because it's just so like they were so redundant in their answers. Like it's always the same thing, and it was completely obscure. To like the question was here, and their answer was like
6 miles away underground.
Did he have kids in the
miles
basement
away
with like 2 heads and 4 arms and stuff? And
Probably
breathing?
had 100 arms flying around down the water in Singapore.
Like they're forcing like little kids and stuff to carry around these like placards and things, and these little the one journalist asked this like little 5-year-old kid, he's like, "Hey, do you know what your sign says?" And she's like, "Yeah, it says this." He's like, "Well, do you know what that means?" And she's like, "No."
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Born to hate.
Get them at an early age.
They're taught that way.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Kids hate vegetables. Don't hate people. Kids hate vegetables. That's it.
Yep.
You're born hating vegetables.
I don't know, but
Everyone is.
5-year-old son like has his own makeup box in my closet, so.
See, I was the kind of kid that I would just be as obedient as possible and just eat the vegetables because I knew that I was going to be made to eat them whether I wanted to or not. So I just ate it and got it over with.
Oh, Donovan steals my broccoli. Like I can't walk through the house with broccoli. He will like legit like thief my plate.
And you know, I think Brussels sprouts are actually more disgusting to kids than they are adults. Like
I don't like cabbage or
better
cabbage.
Brussels sprouts.
It looks like cabbage.
Yeah, Brussels sprouts, that just seemed like cruel punishment every time I saw them on my
I
plate.
love Brussels sprouts. If you roast them, especially if you like roast them with beets and a little bit of rosemary, olive oil. Oh, it's so good.
Put ketchup
I really
on
think
it.
that there are vegetables that taste differently to kids than adults.
Yeah. Well, Donovan's got the whole sensory processing thing, so I mean, he is very weird about what he eats and what he doesn't eat. Spaghetti is his favorite food, but yet he won't touch any noodle that's not shaped like thin spaghetti. It's weird.
That is strange.
Well, I mean, it's all part of the fun times of autism. So, like, I made like fettuccine one night, and he was like, "I'm not eating this." I'm like, "Dude, it's spaghetti." He's like, "No, Mom, it's flat. It tastes weird." Like,
I didn't know flat things tasted odd. Interesting.
it's a texture thing.
Yeah. Like me and butternut squash.
I don't really like butternut squash either. You know what
It looks
though?
like earwax.
I used to hate peas as a kid. Now I really like peas. Guys, I gotta change subjects for a second. Did you guys see that video of the nannying that kid?
I wanted to punch her in the face.
Up the hoop.
Ugh.
Background
It's
story.
horrible.
Background.
Can you
Okay,
repeat that?
so I'll send you a link. There was a story in California of this mom who saw her nanny shake their kid, and you see it, and it's like I had like a lot of emotions when I watched it.
And it wasn't just like a shaking; it was like a head, like
She was
mouth
like shutting the mouth. She was like, yeah, putting her hand over the baby's mouth, and then
the baby okay?
The only one who had a bad babysitter.
she had a nanny cam. Basically, there was an 8-year-old son who reported it to his mom. Like, he was like, something bad happened, and told his mom. And then the mom went to the nanny and said, showed her the video. And the nanny, I know, isn't that crazy? The nanny said she was sorry and she made a mistake. And the mom said, that's not a mistake. And also, that's not a mistake that you can make. You are done. And she said it was all she could do to not
Shake
hit her.
her.
Basically. Yeah. But when you see that, isn't it disgusting?
Very disgusting.
Who does that? I don't understand who does that. And so then they went back through the nanny cam, and they found other incidents. Here's the thing, though. You gotta watch your nanny. I mean, first of all, disgusting. Second of all, if you're gonna have a nanny cam, I think you should watch it, so that you're not doing it afterwards. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. God. Oh no.
But she probably thought she could trust this person and probably didn't think anything of it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what she said. She said she felt guilty and all that stuff. So, because she felt guilty because she hired her, and then she turned out to be that. So, I feel bad for the mom. Also, another big story. Did you see Nancy Snyderman? Are you following that Ebola stuff with her?
God.
The NBC lady?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Went to get some soup.
Honestly, if you want some entertainment, and I'm not trying to make light of the situation, but if you're trying to be entertained, you should go to her Facebook page. It is bad. It is bad. It is mean. But I'm also kind of like, I watched her on TV, and I was thinking, wow, she was saying, I think if I remember correctly, she was saying, we are going to self-quarantine for 21 days or whatever.
How do you spell her last name?
It's like, hold on.
Yeah. About that.
I have it.
There it is.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
Like the chief.
So she was out like driving her Mercedes around or something like that.
Spreading Ebola through town. Thanks a lot, Nancy.
Mercedes can't catch Ebola.
Thank you, Dr. Snyderman, for giving us Ebola.
I just thought it looked bad. I think it looks bad that she didn't keep her word, but also that she was in her Mercedes wearing sunglasses, getting soup,
Hey, as long as you're driving a Mercedes, everything's fine.
Right.
No one will get Ebola. I'm inside a, $80,000 luxury sedan.
Typhoid Mary.
Oh man. Anyway.
This is hilarious.
Yeah, it's highly entertaining. I do, like I said, I feel bad.
Oh, I don't. I don't at all. Why? Because she brought that on herself. You're supposed to stay quarantined. It's not that hard. You have the internet. There's no excuse for you to need to go out and find extracurricular entertainment.
Wow.
Called her Typhoid Mary. That makes me giggle.
Typhoid Mary. Now we shall call her Ebola Nancy.
Have you been watching The Nick on Cinemax?
Yeah, that's bad PR. Bad PR.
Well, didn't you hear that Matt Lauer gets like 3 or 4 helicopter rides to his house to the studio?
Why?
He wants to spend time with his family, so therefore NBC is paying for a helicopter for him.
Are you being serious? Where is that?
I am. Look it up. I am super duper serial.
For who?
We, the people of New Jersey, thank you for being such a selfish pimplehead.
I read some really good ones earlier. I was like, oh my god, these are terrible. And no one is coming to her defense, you know what I mean? Like,
Because what is there to defend?
Yeah.
you can also email NBC if you want to. There you go. There's the email address.
So did you find the Matt Lauer story? You'll
No.
find it. Yeah.
Laughing at this.
I think someone made a good point. They said, how would you feel if tomorrow you woke up with a fever and felt sick? Would you then be concerned that you could have exposed the general public to Ebola? But everyone's, you know, I don't know, like Matt Lauer was kind of like bombarded by TMZ, or not bombarded, but like asked, he was like bombarded by TMZ folks, and they were like, and he said, well, she's not symptomatic. But I thought that the whole thing about that was that it takes 21 days to incubate or something. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Up to 21 days.
It's 22 days.
I mean, it's not like it. To me, it's like it's not like it's exactly 21 day. I don't know. It's
21 days after.
You guys have a lovely
that
evening.
Central
Michelle,
Time?
Thank you for my mug. It is beautiful and I love it.
It is.
What, your mug?
Yes.
It's a very fancy mug.
Mine was a bedazzled though. I wanted mine to be bedazzled.
I can arrange that. I can arrange that. Your
Of course
next
you can.
your next piece of swag will be bedazzled. I haven't sent Kia one yet. I kind of lazy this week.
I want a rhinestone bedazzled mug.
See what she started?
With bat bones on it.
Danica signed my card and she didn't.
Oh, I didn't know that. I could have had her do that. She would have done that.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's just
Okay, I won't
See, here's the
complain.
thing, Michelle. Nick wants something that Danica touched.
You guys want a locket of her hair?
I mean, I can arrange for that.
You
With
can
her
arrange for a
stylist.
locket of hair.
Sure, I'll ask her.
Uh,
She gets her haircut
no,
next.
I'd like
You know,
to hear that conversation. Can we have a locket of your hair, Danica?
Nick would just love a locket of that hair. Yeah, I made the room go silent.
Congratulations. I'll do that time.
Oh man,
As long as I
tired.
could do that. Yeah.
We are still on air. I forgot
Yes,
to take
we
it.
are.
Oh,
God.
Hi,
All right.
YouTube. We forgot to see you.
We
there.
have a viewer on YouTube, but
We do.
Like, what is this?
Yeah.
it's probably one of us.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
bye on YouTube.
Bye on
Bye,
YouTube.
Bye.